and welcome back to my channel. So today I've done a neutral sort of smoky cut crease look, very sort of like glam, would be great for like a night out or something like that. And you can literally wear like any lip colour with this, which is what I really like about this. So you can swap out the lip colour, do whatever you want, use whichever product you like to, because I think this is so like, I don't know, it's quite bold but it's also sort of neutral, so it would go with lots of different lip colours. I just wanted to also say quickly thank you so much for the recent love on my channel. I did a declutter video of all my lipsticks and there was a lot, and it got quite a lot of, it got a little bit more attention than some of my other videos. So I just wanted to say thank you for that, for anyone who watched that. And this is kind of like the first video I've filmed since the recent attacks that have happened in England. If you couldn't tell by my like posh accent, I'm from England. And I just wanted to say, anyone who's been affected by this, my heart goes out to you. If you need anyone to talk to or you wanted to talk to me about anything, go ahead, message me on Instagram, that's totally fine. I would, you know, love to talk to anyone about it if they wanted to. And I just wanted to say that my heart goes out to anyone who's been personally affected by any of this, and I know it's not a nice place to be in right now, but hopefully we can try and come together and just really support each other through this time. I just wanted to say a quick piece on this because I know that it's affected a lot of people, and I'm sorry I'm not very like, I sometimes find it difficult to talk about these kind of things without sounding a bit like I don't know what to say. So yeah, anyway, let's get into the video and yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start with my Balance Me Instant Lift Primer, which is this little mini one here. I really like this. I've been using this a lot in tutorials. I haven't used it much like in my day-to-day life, I think, because it's just been like over on my windowsill and not with all my makeup and stuff. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and use the Pure Correcting Primer, which is like a glowy primer, and I'm just going to apply this in the same sort of area. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Match Perfection Foundation in the shade Light Porcelain. I'm just going to take a pump of this. I would use a different foundation. Like this one I don't mind. I would have used a different one today, but I don't think I'm really going anywhere today, so I don't want to use one of my really expensive foundations. And I don't mind this one at all. I like the colour of it. It's just the tiniest bit pink for me, I think. But it's nothing that I can't like counteract with a bit of concealer. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral, and I'm just going to pop this under my eyes, on my eyelids, a little bit on my nose. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take my beauty blender, which is like brand new. I've never actually owned like a proper beauty blender, so you know, this is like technically a brand new item to me, but I have used this already and I really like it. I'm just going to blend that concealer out. Yeah, I do think that there is a difference between this and other sponges, like even the Real Techniques one. The Real Techniques one's good, but it's not as good as this. Yeah, so I do like the Tarte Shape Tape, but I like it blended out even better with a beauty blender. Like, it's made me, you know, sort of fall in love with the concealer properly. Like, I liked it, but I really like it now. So also on that same, I almost said that same brush, it's a beauty blender, I'm going to go into the number 7, what is this actually called, because I always forget, the Fair Perfect Light Loose Powder, which is just like a generic loose powder, but I really like this one, and I'm just going to tap this out into the cap. I'm going to take the beauty blender and dip it in, and I'm not really baking, I'm just using the sponge to set my face. I've been doing this quite a lot over the past I don't know, like week and a bit, I don't know, couple of weeks, and I've really liked the effect it gives. I do think it makes my skin look a lot nicer, and it really holds my foundation in place. I've had so much trouble keeping my foundation in place recently, I don't know what it is, but I find that using this technique has really helped. we're also going to set in between the eyebrows. This is one of my like problem areas where makeup always comes off. It's like right here. So I have to try and remember to set that properly because I don't know, it always looks really streaky there. I've heard other people say that as well, that makeup seems to get a bit streaky just in between your eyebrows. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to use the Too Faced Chocolate Citadel bronzer in, this is the, just the normal one. This isn't the milk chocolate one. I've heard that one's like super light. But I'm just going to go in with my BH Cosmetics 114 brush. And I wasn't like, I don't not like this bronzer. I do like it, but I find that it is too dark for me and it can look a bit streaky. But on this brush, it looks a lot better because it really diffuses the product nicely. Yeah, this is a BH 114 brush. And it's just amazing. I think this brush will probably end up in my like June favourites because it's just so great for really diffusing and getting that sort of like airbrushed look. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and use the Colourpop highlighter in the shade Lunch Money. This is like a creamed powder, but it's not a really sticky powder, so it's like, yeah, it's straight. It almost feels like a powder in the pan. It doesn't feel like overly creamy or anything. I'm just going to use my finger for that. I find that's the best way to apply it, and just sort of tap it in. Okay, so that's like a really pretty like gold toned highlighter. I don't find that golds really tend to suit me, but this one I really like, and I really like the finish that it gives, and it looks quite nice with this bronzer as well. I'm going to do a tiny bit of blush, and I've already put my highlight on. I usually would do blush first if I was going to do blush, but I'm going to take the Benefit Sugar Bomb, and because I don't have a blush brush to hand, I'm just going to use the brush that it comes with. I'll just take, this is like new, so I'm just taking the packaging out. It just looks like this. It's like a little mix of like sort of like peachy pinks. I'm just going to dab my brush in the sort of top bit and sort of avoid the dark colour at the bottom. And I'm just going to pop that on my cheeks. I'm just going to blend out the underneath of my contour a little bit with my foundation brush, just because I thought it looked a little bit dark. Okay, now I'm going to go into the Tartelette Tease palette, and I'm going to go into this colour Whisper, which is the lightest matte shade there that's making a big old reflection, and I'm just going to pop that on the lid. This is on a Morphe E30 brush. It's like the bigger version of the E13 brush. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Kid from MAC, which is just your basic brown shade, and I'm gonna pop that in the crease on my E30. I thought this was my E13. Where's my E13 gone? I'm just gonna use this one for now, and we'll go find the other one in a minute. Now we've got the E13. I'm just gonna blend that into the crease. I think the other brush had some like orange on it because this is definitely not this warm toned. I think that other brush might have had something else on it. But it's okay. It's cool. Okay, now I'm going to take BFF from the Tartelette Tease palette, and I'm just going to take this on this sort of like round fluffy brush. And I'm going to pop that on the outer corner and into the crease. Okay, and as you're blending, you want to like avoid the main lid area. I've also blended this a little bit back in with the E13 brush from Morphe, and I'm just creating a really hazy, soft shape. These shadows blend absolutely beautifully, so you shouldn't have to spend too long blending them out. Okay, now I'm going to take some of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use the Real Techniques accent brush to cut out the crease. This little tiny brush here, it's so perfect. It's like the only one that I use for doing cut creases, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so there is one eye done. I've sort of like followed the shape of my crease. My crease is here and I've just followed it out to create that shape. You don't want to bring it too low down because it looks sort of disjointed. You might see it in the previous clip. So you've got to sort of follow your crease out and sort of flick up. I think that looks usually the best sort of shape. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly do the other eye. Okay, and once that's done, you can use a brush if you want. Just softly like blend the edge of that concealer out because sometimes it can look a little bit too obvious where like the line is. And now I'm just going to take my E13 again and just super gently blend that top line. Okay, now I'm going to take this flat Eco Tools brush and the shade Crush from that same palette, which is like a glittery bronzy gold shade. This can be a little bit powdery, so if you're going to use this, then like tap your brush in and sort of like pack it on. I'm just going to tap that off and I'm going to pat that onto the area where we've created the cut crease. Now on that same Real Techniques accent brush, I have just sort of like cleaned it off. I'm going to follow the line of the cut crease with the shade BFF again. Okay, so I'm just going to redefine that top line with the darker colour. I'm just going to go into this Barry M Dazzle Dust in the shade Iridescent Gold. I'm going to use this to highlight the inner corner. Okay, now I'm going to go in and do a wing with my new Lancome Plume Liner. And I'm going to do sort of a smallish wing, I think. Okay, so as you can see, I've tried to keep the lines sort of parallel. They've not fully met. It's kind of like they're both going out as sort of an angle. I'm going to use the Tarteist Lash Paint Mascara today. But before I do that, I'm just going to quickly line my eyes with the Maybelline Master Drama Kohl Liner. And I'm just going to put this on my top waterline for now. Actually, I think I'll put it on my lower waterline as well. I think it will go with the look for today. Okay, once you've tight lined, and I've also just cut my lashes, I'm going to go ahead and use the Tarte Lash Paint Mascara. Now I would say definitely go ahead and add lashes with this look. I was going to put lashes on, but I don't know if I'm like emotionally ready. I haven't worn eyelashes in literally like a year maybe, like not for any like reason, like I literally just haven't used them because I haven't had some and I just like couldn't be bothered. And yeah, I would say go ahead and add lashes, but I'm not going to put any on right now because I'll probably just have to take them straight off again anyway because I'm not really doing anything today. I glam myself up for no reason and I regret nothing, but I'm not going to go as far as lashes. But if you want to put lashes on, I would totally say go ahead. Now you can literally do any lip colour you wanted to with this. Like you could do something really vampy and make it a bit more like, you know, like really super dark. I'm not really sure. I think I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the shade Double Dare because I think it will sort of offset quite nicely because I don't want to use something too cool toned as these shadows are quite cool and I want to sort of like balance it out. So I'm going to try using this and see how it goes. Okay, so there's lips done. I actually quite like this lip colour with this eye look, so I think I'm just going to go with this for now. So we are done with this makeup look, I think. I mean, if you want to go ahead and put some setting spray, I probably will in a minute. But yeah, we are totally done. I hope you enjoyed this look. It was kind of a little bit spontaneous, but I'm so happy with how it came out. I really love this eye look and I'm really pleased with it. This little Tarte lip palette is just like so amazing. I so need to buy the like full size. These literally blend themselves. I think if you have any trouble blending eyeshadow, then you would really enjoy the Tarte lip formula because it's just so nice. But I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please like the video if you liked it, and if you've got any requests or anything, just let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.